Welcome back to North to Prem. In today's episode, we have two fixtures in the National League North. We're away to Scunthorpe, who currently sit top of the table, and then we're at home to Rush Hall Olympic. But first things first, we do have a couple little of improvements that we've made. First of all, as you can probably hear, microphone. We've got a new microphone. There may be videos that come out before this episode, so it might be some rebuilds or something like that where you can hear the new mic. But this is the first episode in North to Prem where we're actually using the new microphone. So new microphone hopefully sounds a lot better, hopefully a lot clearer. I am still kind of tweaking with it, the little filters, that kind of thing, where I want to position it, that kind of stuff. But I think it sounds a lot better straight away. So I just need to kind of not touch it because it is a little bit precarious on the table. So I need to not move around too much. But the other thing that you might notice, looking at something like Gainsborough logos, so I actually found this on the Steam Workshop, which I didn't think you could do anymore. I've had a real problem trying to get logos into my Football Manager game this year. With it being a work laptop, I am a little bit hamstrung with certain things that I can and can't download. But the Steam Workshop is something that is just interconnected, so you don't need to really install anything. It's kind of installed into the game, but one of them was a logo pack, and I didn't think it would work because I didn't think the Steam Workshop was allowed it. But you can see things like Gainsborough and teams that basically every team in our league now, even the newly promoted ones, teams like Gainsborough, Guiseley, I think Leamington didn't have a logo before, so they've all got club logos now. And as we look up the pyramid, the other good bonus is when we do eventually get to the lofty heights of the Premier League, they've all got real badges now. So obviously, if you know Premier League isn't branded, it is going to be branded in Football Manager 25, but for FM24 it is unbranded. So teams like Everton, for example, just have kind of a blue regular badge, but they've got their real badge in now. So new logos, new microphone, same old series. Since the last time we left off, pretty much as expected. The two opening games were massive victories, and I said I think we could win quite a lot of games, so we are going to play quite a lot in between, and that we did. I mean, look at the run we've been on. 3-0 win over Merthyr, 1-0 win over Southport, 2-1 over Guiseley, 3-0 at both Alfreton, Brackley and South Shields. And then, as you would expect, we go away to bottom of the league, and they get their second point all season. So for some reason, we dropped the ball in that one. We were 2-0 up as well, which is terrible. We also kickstarted our FA Cup qualifiers with a 4-0 away win to Leighton, which has put us into the third round at home to Macclesfield. But we've got Scunthorpe. They're really the only team that's kind of keeping pace. They are looking really good this season. So they've had a very much similar start to us. 9 wins out of 10 and 1 draw. It looks like it's going to be a really tight title race between us and them. But we do play them in today's episode for the first game. So if we can get a win there, give them their first loss of the season and have a game in hand, we'll feel really confident going in. Other than that, teams like Scarborough, Chester, etc., they're all looking pretty good. We have done quite a bit of transfer business since that. So on the 6th of the 8th was the last time you were here. So what have we done since then? Well, we've let Ashton Fox go, so he's went to Chester on a free. Now, Chester are obviously a bit of a title rival, so maybe that wasn't the smartest decision. But we have brought in a player to replace him. He was brought in first, actually. Alfie Doy came in on loan from Norwich. He's an 18-year-old English centre-back. He looks really good. He is already shown as a good National League player. He's played a couple games. He hasn't been great, so I am kind of sticking with Connor Johnson for now, but there is very much a chance that Alfie Doy could come into the side. We've also made a couple of kind of younger, cheaper signings. So Michael Laffey's come in, 18-year-old, formerly of Liverpool. He is a centre mid who is shown with a bit of potential, so I decided if we could get him on the cheap, which we could, a 1-year deal on £55 a week, that we've been able to bring him in. We are looking to loan him out. He's currently got a loan offer from Ramsgate, who have a nice, shiny new logo. So he's going to go on his way out to the English Isthmian League South East Division. So much of a mouthful it made me cough. So he's been loan listed and he's potentially on his way out. But one player we've brought in that we aren't going to loan out is Kamani Ryan. This is a 18-year-old winger, right winger, left winger, attacking mid, striker. He can play it all. He's just a good attacker. Got a bit of speed, got a bit of finishing, can dribble, can touch. Can't really dribble, but he's got a good first touch. He can pass. He's got some technique. Seems more like an advanced playmaker, really, when you kind of highlight it than a winger, I would guess. we'll try him out on the wing and see how he goes. But he joins us, formerly of Chelsea and Arsenal, so that's some very good pedigree. Again, he's shown as a good National League player with championship potential. It is unfortunately just a one-year deal till the end of the season on £250 a week. But I think he's someone who, if we can get into the squad on a regular basis, he could be a really good player for the future. In terms of sort of the players we've got at the minute, Caleb Chukwuemeka has very much kept his place over Overton, who's obviously came in on loan. He's got 6 goals in 9, and then Josh Hines, who's another one, who's really stepped up this year, 5 in 9 already. So we've got a really good squad. Dan Mooney's doing Dan Mooney things. I think he's still doing well. 4 goals, 2 assists in 9 games, not bad at all. And Olamide Ibrahim, bit of a surprise package, 4 goals and 4 assists in 9 games. He's very much liked playing further up the pitch, and he's pushed actually Josh McCammon out of the team. We are looking to move on a couple. McCammon, Kane Felix are both transfer listed, and Ben Chalner is also loan listed. But other than that, the team's going really good, and we're looking really strong. So only the 1 draw so far, and really not many goals. 3 goals conceded is crazy. We are on a massive clean sheet, and the fact that we're still sitting second after that just shows you how crazy Scunthorpe have been so far. So this is going to be a tough fixture, but I think we can do it. So this is the team that we're going with for the away fixture to Scunthorpe. We've got Cowler in goal, who's been really good. A back 4 of Ahui, Kobe Small, Connor Johnson and Brendan Horton, who's been incredible. I mean, look at these average ratings. They've all been good. Midfield 2 of Titchmarsh and Joe Knight, and then our attacking midfielders of Hines, Ibrahim, Dan Mooney, and then Chukwuemeka up top. Doy, Overton, Ryan, Cropper and Wyatt all on the bench. Ben Wyatt and Cropper not been the best so far. They've been okay. They are very much players that we probably will just let go at the end of the season, but maybe that's too early to say. We don't want to be in another playoff battle. We do definitely want to be league winners, but Scunthorpe, they want to be there as well. So we need to, we definitely need to get a result here in our first game of the episode. We are away at Rush Hall, I think it is, or at home, sorry, to Rush Hall in the second game. I think we said we were going to come back for the Oxford game. I think that was originally what was meant to be after this game, but due to fixture rearrangements of, I don't know why we've got match stats here. Let's get the league table on. Due to fixture rearrangements of the FA Cup, that fixture got moved backwards. So we have been, we've got Rush Hall instead for this episode. And that was nearly a very early Scunthorpe goal there. And we need to be careful. We don't want to lose this game, because if we lose this game, we lose our unbeaten run. And then Scunthorpe go clear with 3 points. That's going to give them a lot of impetus to keep going. Whereas if we can knock them back a little bit and get level on points, but a game in hand, that definitely gives us the confidence, and the confidence we have got at the minute. We are scoring for fun. We're not conceding many. Chukwuemeka gets another one to his tally this year. He's been incredible this year. And another assist for Ahui as well. What a signing it was for him to bring him back from his loan spell. Obviously, he was here on loan last year, but to get him back on a permanent has been a terrific piece of business. And we're looking really good. We're looking very good this season. I think we are very much going to be doing sort of a whistle-stop tour of the North this year. That's not to say that I definitely think we'll get promoted. I think we have a really good chance of getting promoted, and I think if we did get playoffs, if we only had to play the 2 games, I would fancy us to go up. But I said that last year, and we got knocked out of Buxton, who we'd beaten 5-0 in the league, so it's definitely not a guarantee that if we got into the playoffs, we'd win them. But I do think we'll have a good chance at fighting for the league title, and I think at some point Scunthorpe are probably going to stop this crazy run. I think we'll keep going, but that's not a guarantee at all. I mean, goal difference wise, we are absolutely smashing it. We've scored plenty, but the good thing is we just haven't conceded, which is why it's really hard to bring Alfie Doy into the side, because Connor Johnson's been doing really well. He is on a little bit more money than most, but he's worth it because he just plays well, and he's doesn't really when you look at him as a player, he doesn't look like he'd be great, but I mean, at this level, he's just very, very solid. But it is Scunthorpe coming forward here is Butterfield from an absolute mile out. And I feel like this happens to us way more than it happens the other way around. But Butterfield from an absolute mile out just scored and equalised for Scunthorpe. And it is currently 1-1. And a draw wouldn't be the end of the world. I think that would be 3 points behind with a game in hand. So I think if we won that, we'd still go ahead. But we definitely want to get the game in hand with 3 points, with level points. That would definitely be ideal, as Knight just rattles one off the woodwork there from a free kick, and we try to get the ball back in, but unfortunately nothing comes of it. And it looks like we are going to go into the half level. But I think we have been good. I mean, it's a wonder goal that's got them back into it. They're not going to do it. Well, I'm not going to say they're not going to do it again. I hope they don't do it again. Do we bring I don't want to bring Ryan on for his debut when he's not match fit. I don't want to bring him on in such an important game. I think we'll bring him in. We'll bring him in for the Rushall game. Maybe not starting, but we'll bring him in off the bench definitely for the Rushall game. I do think he's going to be a really good player with championship potential. I mean, the only thing that's really going to stop him getting that is the fact that our facilities are absolute dog, and it's going to be really hard for a player like that to grow. But we do have a corner here, and it has come straight back out. But Mooney picks it back up, and it falls to the man that you'd want it to fall to, Chukwuemeka. But unfortunately, he can't get it in. And we are trying to still salvage something from this move, but nothing is going to happen. And unfortunately, Chukwuemeka couldn't convert it there. I mean, 30 minutes to go. Do we bring him on? I always fancy Dan Mooney for a goal. I think it's going to have to be Hines. We'll bring him on. I mean, he looks really good. I'm going to go against my word there, and we'll bring Ryan on for his debut in the hope that he can make an instant impact into this side. And we do have a highlight pretty quickly after the substitution, so you never know. And it looks like it could be coming down this right-hand side, but it could just be a Hui doing a Hui things as usual. He whips it in, and Olamide Ibrahim, who has been a totally different player since playing further up the pitch, has got a second goal of the game for us. It is now currently Peterborough Sports 2, Scunthorpe 1, and a Hui again. Look at him, he's on a 9.4. He's incredible. What a player he is. Another assist for his tally this year. And we do go top of the table, level on points with a game in hand. That would be something, that would be put us in a really positive position for the rest of the season. We have got a couple of players getting tired, but I'm not changing things. If there's one piece of advice I could give you, is if you're winning a game, don't make subs. Even if the players look tired, for some reason, making subs just seems to mess stuff up, and you end up conceding. However, if you don't make subs and your players are tired, sometimes you let them in and you concede that way as well, which I thought was maybe what's going to happen here. But we do seem to be doing well as Chukwuemeka goes through. Oh, I don't even know what happened. It looked like he tried to chip him, but the match engine couldn't keep up with it, and the goalkeeper's just sort of tipped it onto his own bar. I think they just brought Michael Cheek on. He is a National League regular and a regular goal scorer in the National League as well, which is not what we want to see. But Ibrahim there doing some excellent work to get it back, and it's that man Ahui again. Not seen really anything from Ryan since he's come on, but we have seen a lot of Ahui, and we have seen a lot of Ibrahim as well. Olamide Ibrahim gets on the end of another. It's a hat-trick of assists for Ahui. I mean, he is incredible. What a player he's been. Player of the year so far this season. He's been incredible. And we do make it 3-1, and that is going to be it. A 3-1 victory over Scunthorpe does put us top of the table with a game in hand as well, so we are very much in pole position for the league title. I think that's where we need to go. Whether we can do it unbeaten, I mean, I don't think I've ever had an unbeaten season in National League North. Or even like anything further. I don't think I've even had an unbeaten season in England, to be honest. It's a very hard thing to do. I think your best bet would be something like maybe if you're a really good team in the Championship or something. I think the players down here are just too inconsistent. But Alecha Ahui, I mean, he's a squad player. He's not. He's key player. Leading National League North. Just something about him. What is it that makes him an absolute assist machine? Because I'm not seeing it. 9 crossing, 11 dribbling's okay. 6 for passing's terrible. He's got no mentals besides a little bit of off the ball, which is decent for this level, and work rate, which is good for this level. He's a little bit quick for the level, I guess, but really he can dribble and he's a bit quick. And I think it's just this. I think it's a combination of he's a bit quick for the level, he works hard for this level, he's fit, he's got a lot of pace, he's got a lot of agility. So he's basically just an absolute pace merchant down the right-hand side, and then he just whips it in. I mean, he's only got 9 crossing, but seems to work because he's got, I mean, he got 18 assists last year, but he's already on 8 to 10. He's nearly on an assist a game, 7.73 on average. And for some reason, his stats are going down, but that's just because of how bad the facilities here are. the facilities here are here. Sorry, how bad the facilities are at Peterborough Sports. I don't know where here was trying to come into it, but what a result! We go top of the table, and things are looking really good here at Peterborough Sports. So for our second game of the episode, we are at home to Rushall, just a couple days after the 3-1 win over Scunthorpe. So we have had to make a couple of changes. One has been forced, so Titchmarsh has come out because he did pick up a little bit of an injury and he's not going to be fit for this game. So Ben Challoner comes in, as the ball winning midfielder. So he's into the side. And then we've also given Kamani Ryan his first start. We've brought him in on the left-hand side. He's right-footed. I think if he's a winger on attack, he might come in. Maybe he should be more of an inside forward. I don't know. But we'll leave it as winger on attack for now. But he's right-footed, so we'll give him a chance on the left. He is obviously still getting match fit, so I'm not expecting any fireworks just yet. But the rest of the team remains unchanged. It is a little bit harsh on Gabriel Overton because he is really good. I mean, he's only got 2 goals and 8 appearances, but a lot of those have been off the bench. I think, well, pretty much all of them have been off the bench. I don't know how many games he's started. I don't think it's been many, if any, at all. But he's really good. But Chukwuemeka is just good, and we're just killing it at the minute. So there's really no reason to bring him in if we don't need to. We're in terrific form. It's kind of the same reason why Alfie Doy can't get in the side, because we're just doing so well. There's really no reason to change things, and it looks like we are going to be going ahead in this game as well, because we have gotten an early penalty. I think that'll be Joe Matic, who formerly spent a bit of time on loan at Hartlepool from Harrogate, I think. He's given away the penalty, so he's doing me a favour. And Caleb Chukwuemeka's got another one for his tally. It's currently Peterborough Spots 1, Rushall Olympic 0. I mean, these Rushall are down in 17th, but you would fancy us to win this game anyway. But we still got to win them. We still have to win them. And there's a Hui getting down the right-hand side, using that pace, using that work rate. He's whipped it in. And Caleb Chukwuemeka, I mean, this is just a lethal combination at this point. A Hui, it just whips it in, and absolute gunman Chukwuemeka heads it in. It's 2-0. And this is why I don't think we'll do a lot of episodes in this season. I think we'll try and get through it, because, I mean, is it that interesting to just keep coming back to watching us? We just whipped Scunthorpe 3-1, and they're the second best team in this league. I think we're the best team in the league, but I would say they're second best, and we just whipped them 3-1. It didn't really look that close. We didn't really come out of it going, oof, that was a tough game. I did feel like we were in control. Now, I'm not saying that we won't, have a loss here or there, or we won't have a poor draw away to a poor side. We could still draw this game. I mean, we did that exactly the same thing with Gainsborough, and we, well, there I go, running my mouth again, and we've just let it go. Then Rushall do get one back, but again, that doesn't even concern me that much, because I know we're so good that even if they got level here, I think we'd bring it back. Like, I think we could score 4 or 5 a game, and Chukwuemeka nearly had a 12-minute hat-trick, which would be absolutely mad. I think that must break. That would be a record breaker, surely, at least in the league, if not in the English leagues altogether, or at least in the recognised leagues. I guess they're all recognised, but we are currently 3 points ahead of Scunthorpe. So this is our game in hand that we're playing. But you have to say, fair play to Warrington looking at the league title there, because they are a team obviously that's come from non-league, from the non-playable leagues, and they're up in the playoffs, so they're having a really good start. So fair play to... No, they aren't, are they? What am I talking about? They were definitely in this league last year, weren't they? I don't know what I'm talking about. Who am I thinking of? Warrington. I don't know. But we do have a chance here as Hines knocks it in. The game did get a little bit choppy there, but Hines has managed to convert, and I didn't want to drop Hines. I did drop Mooney for that exact reason. Hines has been really good this year, and he's just shown it once again. Ben Challoner getting an assist, who has picked up a yellow card, so there is a chance that we might bring him off at the half. He is playing quite well, though, and he has just got an assist, so maybe there's no real reason to bring him off, but we don't want to see him. We don't want to see any send-ins off. Might just be the smart decision to bring him off. Regardless, but we are doing well here. It looks like we are just going to go into another victory. I mean, 10 points clear on goal difference, 3 points clear at the top of the table. I'm really happy. I'm really pleased with the way things are going. Like I say, I don't think there'll be too many episodes in this season. I think we'll play probably quite a lot off camera, because it's just going to be a lot of winning. And as good as that is, it doesn't make for the most interesting episodes. You want to see episodes where we're probably playing games that are a little bit difficult. But saying that, Rushall do have a chance here at the corner, and they scored again. I feel like every time I start over-egging ourselves and saying how good we've been, we concede. It's now 3-2, and I guess the one thing that I would say is we are, as defensively solid as we have been, we do always still have a bit of a weird game in us where we can, not look our best. Well, still look our best, sorry, but just concede weird goals. Like Gainsbury, we're 2-0 up and we just gave away two. Like, I wouldn't even say they were poor goals. I'd say these goals, they're just good goals, but you know, it just is disappointing that we're letting them in. I don't know if that's coming down to the goalkeeper or who or what, but it's weird because there's nothing I really want to change because the results are so good, and we have been getting a lot of clean sheets as well. But it just seems like if we do concede one, we're always like liable to concede two or three. Maybe I'm just overreaching on that one, but we do always have the ability to get back another goal, and there it is, 4-2 at the half. Kamani Ryan there making an instant impact on his first start for the club, whips it in, and Josh Hines gets his second of the game, and that's 4-2. So is worrying as it is conceding goals, we are scoring for fun at the minute, so there is no real reason to be too concerned. I'm going to just drop Ibrahim into the attacking mid position. We'll bring Ryan into the midfield because I do think he is someone that can play there, and we'll bring Dan Mooney back on in his natural position as a left-sided player. But we're doing really well. I do think Ryan could play as an attacking mid. He has got a lot of the traits that you would associate with an attacking mid. He's got good passing, good technique. Probably lacks a little bit of the mentals, but he's 18 years old. I think that's pretty standard for 18-year-olds. But he does look like a good signing so far, and I am definitely happy with being able to get him for such a relatively cheap deal. I mean, £250 a week for a player who is National League quality is a good sign. As Caleb Chukwuemeka gets our fifth of the night, it's 5-2, and I think it's time to make a couple of we're winning, let's bring some players on changes. So Overton can come on. He deserves a bit of game time. And let's not risk Ahui anymore. We'll bring Jordan Cropper on and give Ahui a little rest, because as good as he's been, we definitely don't want him getting injured. The Cropper and Overton have come on, but I don't think we're in any... Well, I said this last time, but I don't think we're in any danger at this point. We are absolutely running away with the league title. It looks close, but like goal difference-wise, we're just absolutely smashing it. And results-wise, I mean, we've got, 11 games in, 10 wins and 1 draw. You can't beat that. The game is running a little bit choppy, and I feel like Football Manager's weird like that, where you can just have a random game that doesn't run very well. And I think that happens to everyone, no matter how good your computer is. And I'm not saying my laptop that I'm working with is good at all, but you definitely, I think even people with supercomputers will get the weird Football Manager game where it just doesn't play very well. But hopefully it's not too distracting. But we are pretty much getting to the end of the game anyway, so there won't be too many more highlights. But we could be seeing another goal here as Kamani Ryan gets his first goal in a Peterborough Sports shirt. It's 6-2 now, and this is what I mean. I mean, these are just going to be long episodes because the highlights are just so long because we're just absolutely leathering teams at the minute. I mean, we're scoring plenty. We just look really good. But like I say, we do always have a goal. We do have a chance to, again, yeah, we've let another one in there. John Benton getting one. It's 6-3. I mean, 9 goals. It's just, we do have a knack for just letting a team in. It's very odd. It's very, very odd, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we're going to win. Well, I think this game, it would be shocking if we didn't win it at this point. The goal conceded perhaps is just down to the fact that, I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that we're so far ahead, we're taking the foot off the gas a little bit, I guess. Maybe I should be telling the players to concentrate. I'm not really a big fan of the player shouts. They are getting rid of them for FM25, so that might be a pretty good sign that they are, I won't say useless, but they're not really as good as you'd expect them to be. But we do get another goal there. Dan Mooney off the bench, getting his name on the score sheet, proving to me that just because, you know, this new youngster's come in, I can still get a goal, and he has got a goal there, and it is currently 7-3. I mean, 10-goal game is absolute madness. 7-3, crazy stuff, but this is what I mean. Like, the episodes would just be so long because there's so many highlights at the minute because we're so good. We really should be in the National League. I think this team would get playoffs in the National League. I really do. I think if we can keep the core of this team the next season, I think we could have another playoff push provided we do go up this year, which, looking at it at the minute, looks really promising, but you never know. We will confirm this transfer so Michael Laffey can go out on loan and hopefully enjoy his football at Ramsgate, go and play a little bit of football over there, and hopefully start to develop, because he is actually a National League North player, so he is dropping a level to play for Ramsgate, which is quite interesting, but you'd think someone in this league would want him. But if you can get regular games at that level, I think it's just one division down, the Isthmian South. I could be wrong. I don't know my lower leagues very, very well. Isthmian Division 1? Potentially, it could be. It might be the Isthmian Premier that's actually the one down. So he might have dropped 2 levels down. I'm not sure. Not 100% on that. But he has gone out on loan. But yeah, I mean, looking at it, I don't know where we'll come back for. I think we'll probably play a lot of games. I'm not exactly sure when we come back. I think I'll probably have a think about it. Maybe if we get into the FA Cup first round, we'll come back for that. Something a little bit different rather than just focus on the league. If that's not the case, then maybe something around Darlington, Chester. That might be a decent little double fixture. I mean, Darlington aren't very good. Maybe Chester Blythe? Maybe? I mean, at the minute, that looks like a good double fixture. Yeah, okay, maybe Chester Blythe, but unless something interesting comes up in the FA Cup, then I think we'll just play a ton of games and get to Chester Blythe. Yeah, I think that works. So yeah, well, that's the plan. So Chester, we'll come back for the Chester game.